The Shadow Mount from TANDEMKROSS has been a go-to optic solution for Ruger Mark IV owners for a long time, and I think it's time it got a makeover. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another TANDEMKROSS video. I'm Luke, and today I want to introduce you to the newest version of the Shadow Mount for the Ruger Mark IV. The new Shadow Mount design has been streamlined for weight reduction, and it's also still going to support virtually any optic you can throw at it. This includes brands like Vortex, Burris, Trijicon, Swamp Fox, Hollow Sun, and many, many more. You name it, it's probably going to fit on here. This mount is going to allow you to have a lower bore axis. It also has less hardware and less failure points compared to a picatinny rail. I know that I mentioned some compatible optic brands, but let's talk footprint specifics with a chart. The Shadow Mount is going to allow you to mount any optic with the RMR, Noblex or Doctor, Shield RMS, SMS, and Hollow Sun K, and Seymour RTS footprints, and it's going to include all the hardware for each of these. It's important to note that you'll want to use the included hardware both for mounting the mount and mounting the optic. I'm going to send you over to Tyler now, where he's going to show you how to install the mount, how to get an optic on there, and how to get up and running on the range.
All right, so welcome to the installation portion. We'll be going ahead and putting this Shadow Mount V3 on this Kraken Mark IV 2245. So first, just to make sure, we are unloaded. There's a flag in the chamber, and we do not have a magazine. For this, it is easier if we take the upper off the lower, which for our lower, of course, is the real snug takedown screw. If you have a Mark III or a factory Mark IV, you should go ahead and reference your manual for taking out the taking the upper off and then removing the bolt. Now we can work with the upper. For this, you'll need to remove either the factory picatinny rail, if your particular firearm came with that, or if it didn't, it'll have 3 holes with little filler screws in it. We need to remove the 2 here, the ones that are closest to the ejection port. Depending on the production year of your upper, if it's filler screws, it'll either be a small flathead like this or a very small Allen key, so you can go ahead and refer to your manual for the correct tool to remove those. Before we go and install this, it would be good to prepare the surfaces. The wall of the receiver does not leave a lot of thread area, so we need to make sure that we prepare all the threads to give this a nice strong hold. What will happen during regular use is that lubricant from inside the action will wick up into these holes and get a little bit onto the receiver as well. So you can use a regular cleaner, degreaser, something like that to clean off and get that to be a nice dry surface on the top, as well as into these 2 threaded holes. Make sure that that's all free of any gun lube, because that will interfere with thread locker setting up in those holes. Once that is complete, we can move on to the actual installation portion. I'll show you what the Shadow Mount comes with. So you will receive your mount plate itself, as well as this accessory baggie that will have all of the tools and fasteners you need to mount your particular optic to the plate, as well as mounting the plate to the receiver. You do not need to use the fasteners that your Red Dot may have shipped with. So to begin this installation, we can take from the package the T10 Torx key, as well as the 2 T10 head fasteners out of the accessory bag. These are for mounting the plate to the receiver. And on these 2 screws, we will want to apply some blue medium strength thread locker. And then we'll be tightening the plate like so, with the TK facing closer towards the muzzle. Hand tight with the provided Allen key. Excellent, so now the plate is mounted. All that's left to do is to install your particular red dot. Today we'll be showing this on an RMR footprint red dot. This is a Holosun 507C, but this is far and away one of the most popular red dot mounting footprints. Please refer to the installation table on the product description that will show, based on your footprint red dot, which hardware out of the hardware accessory bag you will be using. And then for the fasteners, same as the two mounting screws, we'll be applying blue Loctite and then going hand tight with the provided Allen key. Excellent, so now we have the red dot mounted to the plate mounted to the receiver, and now that those have been installed with our blue Loctite, what we want to do is let that sit 24 hours, let that thread lock cure, and then you can re-lubricate the firearm and reassemble it. We just want to make sure that Loctite has had a good chance to set up solid before we introduce any sort of, CLP type products that are going to be weakening the thread locker, preventing it from setting up, things like that, because we want this to stay nice and rigid. But we'll go ahead and zip right into that portion here, pretend that it's been 24 hours. And now the firearm is assembled. We have our red dot mount. It's looking really clean. Back to Luke.
Thank you for watching the video on our new streamlined shadow mount for the Ruger Mark IV. If you like what you see, which we hope you do, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. It's hard to grow in the 2A space here on social medias. So we appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video on whatever social media platform you use. I'm Luke with TANDEMKROSS, and we're here to make your good guns great. Keep up with us on social media for daily updates. I'll see you next time.